lieutenant. "Detective Bianchi, where is he?"
"Down at the south end of the alley with our lieutenant."
"Has Lieutenant Snowball from Robbery-Homicide signed in yet?"
Paz didn't need to consult his log for an answer. "In at 12:35, out at 12:55. Caught another high-profile case at a nursery on the west side. Someone connected to the DA's office, I think."
I couldn't help but be curious. Did he say who?
"No, but he said to tell the lead detective, I guess that would be you, ma'am, that he'd be back to brief you as soon as possible."
"You mean me to brief him, don't you?"
"I'm just telling you what he said, ma'am."
"There's no point getting into semantics with this guy," my inner voice told me. "Where's the Vic?"
"Down by that dumpster, Detective Justice."
"We secured the alley right away," the female added, gesturing toward the yellow tape. "Set up the whole thing as a crime scene."
"She's got eyes, Fontaine," Paz growled.
Ignoring him, I nodded thanks to his eager young partner. "Good thinking, Officer Fontaine. Anybody else been in that alley since you secured the scene?"
"Just our detectives," Paz replied, cutting his eyes at Fontaine. "But they didn't touch the body or any of the evidence."
And they shouldn't if they were following the basic rules of crime scene investigation, but I realized Paz was saying it for Fontaine's benefit as much as mine. "Who called her in?"
"We think it was the homeless guy, only he was so addle-brained he gave the dispatcher the wrong location."
"Where is he now?"
Paz hiked up his shoulders. "In the wind before we got here."
"Then how do you know he was homeless?"
"Tower head clerk at the convenience store in Vermont said he came in screaming for help," he explained,
oblivious to Fontaine's and my reaction to the crude slur.
"He let him use their phone. Got a good look."
"Did this alleged homeless guy say anything significant to the clerk?"
"Just that he tried to make the call from the massage parlor next door, but, not surprisingly, they turned him down." Paz smirked a little. "Probably didn't conform to the dress code."
I peered down 8th, spotted the sign on the northeast corner of Vermont. Korean characters printed vertically on the top, on the bottom the words Magic Lotus Massage, or would have been if the U and the M in massage weren't missing. Who ID'd the Vic? Glancing nervously at her partner, Fontaine spoke up again. "The homeless man, ma'am, initially—"
"But once we found her and realized that birthmark on her face wasn't a bruise," Paz interjected, "we figured it might be that Korean chick with the Santos campaign, so we radioed it in to our watch sergeant. Didn't say on the air who it was, but told him to come over and have a look-see. Once he did, he called out for our detectives and the lieutenant. And after they got a look at her, they called RHD via landline just in case."
I nodded. Wilshire detectives investigated murders all the time, but Robbery-Homicide Division, where I worked, was a specialized section of the LAPD's Detective Services Group, tasked with solving complex and high-profile crimes that might overwhelm a division's detective squad. The murder of a former reporter and political consultant for a mayoral candidate certainly warranted a call to RHD, if for no other reason than to take the heat off Wilshire in case things got funky. "Who's working the case with Bianchi?"
"Needish and O'Donoghue," Paz replied. "Two of our best deeks."
Good choice of words, I thought, feeling the pressure building behind my eyes. The last case I'd worked, I had taken over mid-investigation from that particular Wilshire detective team, and it was a wonder I could follow the murder book they'd established. Cleaning up another of their messes was not what I left a warm bed and a good man to do.
"Where are they?" "O'Donoghue's inside the Magic Lotus interviewing the management."
Paz pointed to another black and white at the south end of the alley, its blue and red light bar winking through the dense fog.
"And Needish is down there with Lieutenant Graydon and Detective Bianchi, in case anyone tries to come in that way."
"Let me take a look at that log." I counted 8 people who'd been at the crime scene before me.
"Lieutenant Bianchi had Needish place the first call for the coroner, too," Paz informed me.
Although they didn't have to, I was